Welcome to this week's edition of Rangers Radar. I'm Steven Ellis. I'm joined by James Fletcher and Matt Hubbarde. How you guys doing?
Good.
All right, so Matt, I wanted to start with you. You joined the Rangers after a couple games, of Whitby. What made you want to come here?
Just going to camp, talking to both coaches, seeing what their philosophies were, and getting to know, just asking about the organization and how the players are and what they what they do as coaches. I thought going to North York was the best choice for my development and aligned with my values as a hockey player. So, yeah.
Cool. And James, this is your second season with the Rangers. How would you say the team has changed over the last year?
I think basically just the age has changed. Last year we were an older team, and this year we only have 3 or 4 OAs. However, all the new guys that we brought in are amazing, and the work ethic is up at the top.
And Matt, you're a really hard-working player. What would you say you've changed the most about your game since playing midget and minor midget?
I think just defense, because I've always been an offensive player, and being a 200-foot player is something I've strived to work on, and I thought I've made big steps into doing that.
And with you, again, this is your second year in the OJHL. How would you say you've grown as a player from the transition from minor midget to here?
For sure, when I joined last year, I was a smaller guy against the bigger guys, the 20-year-olds, and I noticed last year I might have been the weaker one out on the ice. But now this year, I put on a lot of weight in the summer, and my strength has improved, so I can find I'm winning more battles, and I can work in the corners better this year.
Now, with injuries and with Camp Holy at the World Junior Challenge, you've gotten a lot more opportunity the last few games.
Yeah.
How would you assess your play so far this year?
I think I've made the most of it the last couple of games with increased opportunities. I think we're getting a lot of scoring chances, and it's a matter of just bearing them and getting a little puck luck here and there. And I thought I've stepped up my game.
Now, you were drafted by the Mississauga Steelheads. How would you explain that day to somebody who may have never gone through an OHL draft day?
Well, for a lot of kids, that's their dream, to be drafted by the OHL and then eventually, if possible, the NHL. But for the OHL, I was very happy. I was over the moon. And then I was able to go to rookie camp, and that was a great experience. And also I went to main camp, so that was a great experience as well. But it's just a great experience, basically.
I wish I could do that. Not good. So what do you like to do in your free time away from the rink?
I have a couple pets, pesky little brother, but I'm pretty tied up right now with school. I used to play the guitar a bit. I like to play all sports, so I'm pretty athletic outside of the rink, so that's what usually occupies my time.
What type of music did you like to play?
Just some Green Day.
I like it. My favorite band.
Yeah. It's like some of the rock bands and stuff. I just look it up and learn how to play it. It's pretty fun.
Cool. And what about you? What do you like to do away from the rink?
Away from the rink, Goss and I talk about it a lot, but we do a lot of carpentry and stuff like that, woodworking and stuff like that. I'm also into guitar, and I love music. So
What do you like to play?
All the classic acoustic. So Hosier, if you know what that is. But yeah, lots of fun.
Okay, that's different. Which NHLer would you say you model your game after?
I like to watch and try to play. One of them's probably Nylander. He's a quick guy. He's got a hell of a shot, and he's cleaning up his defensive game too. So that's one thing he probably needs to work on the most. And he's got the skills. Just has to provide daily. He has got to be a game in, game out, consistent effort.
Now, which NHL player would you say you model your game after?
I really respect how Nazem Kadri plays, just how he's a 200-foot player. He excels at shutting people down, but he also can score some good goals. So I just model myself around him just because he's an excellent player.
Kadri, that's a popular one on this one. Now, this is my favorite part. I think everyone else's favorite part, the part where you get to chirp your teammates.
Yeah.
Speaking of chirping, who's the best chirper on the Rangers?
Pete's a good one. I know some people have said that already. But I hear it, especially a couple months, maybe a month ago in Oakville. I hear some chirps, and he riles a lot of guys on the other teams. So I probably have to say him.
Who's the worst chirper?
The worst chirper? Oh, I think I have to go with everyone else. Dante's not the best.
Okay, we had them on the last episode, and I think the answers were still the same for that.
Yeah.
What is the worst chirp, appropriate of course, that you've heard from an opposing player, maybe to you or a teammate?
Man, there's been a couple. I'm trying to think. I don't even know. Honestly, I kind of just tune it out. But if someone maybe said like Blondie or something, maybe like I don't know, something like that. Something really like just like not even a chirp really, but whatever.
Do you have a good one you've heard?
Pardon?
Do you have a good chirp you've heard from another team?
Best chirp I heard from someone else is just like there was a bigger guy and he's talking. You're just a small guy and like, okay, dude. I just smile and wave, basically.
Oh, the Madagascar way. I like it. If you had to start a tag team with somebody on the Rangers to take on the Hunter brothers, who would you choose?
I gotta get some size maybe like NJ. I don't know, Noah Jordan. And Clarkie's a spark plug. I wouldn't bet against Clark, but yeah, maybe one of those two. I don't know.
Would your answer be kind of the same?
I would go with Krieger.
Really?
Have you seen Krieger in the corners?
Oh, he's one of the most fierce players around.
I would go with Krieger. That's good enough for me.
Okay. Who would you say the biggest softie on the team is? The guy who cried at Marley and me.
Maybe one of the hard guys, like that are usually like they're really hard in the room, but once you get to know them, like they're really nice guys and they have a big heart. I feel like Will Hunter or Robbie, they both have both kind of hard on the outside, but good hearts on the inside.
I heard someone describe Will Hunter's smile as a guy you want to hug, and then you play him on the ice, and he's the last guy you want in the corner with.
Yeah, like I remember in camp, like I took a run at him or he took a run at me, and like I don't know, like we had definitely some animosity during the camp, and I get to know him. He's a great guy, and it's kind of weird, but it's obviously a positive. He's a good guy in the room.
That's perfect. Who would you say the worst wingman at a party would be?
The worst wingman at a party.
The best one I think we got was Camp Holy because he would just try to take everybody for himself.
Worst wingman I think would be. Oh man, I think it would be. Oh. I would say Clarkie. Just because he's the veteran guy, and he would just take a hold of the situation and take all the girls you're trying to get.
He'd be like, guys, step aside. This is how we do it.
He's really outgoing, so I don't know. Like it's either advantage or disadvantage. If he's like, if you know how to talk to, then you're fine. But like, if you're like kind of an introverted guy, and he's really down to earth and really talkative. Sometimes he's a funny guy. So
does he ever get angry?
Not often, not really. But I feel like he'd be dangerous to mess with though, if he was angry.
What would you say is the strangest talent you have?
Actually, when I was really young, it was like a staring contest, and I'd be able to hold not blink for a long time. But probably that, I guess. I don't know many unknown talents.
Do you have one?
I have no talents, so I just work hard.
No talents, okay. My biggest talent is I actually was born without the ability to smell anything, so I could just go into any situation. Doesn't bother me. Which then brings the question, who's the stinkiest in the change room?
Well, a lot of people are saying Jet. Thankfully, I'm like almost the farthest away from him, so I don't get to smell him that often. Robbie, I beside Robbie since he's pretty clean. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Fletch, you got one?
I think it's Jet because I've seen his sweater and he has some stains on there, so not the cleanliest guy.
All right, and the last one, without giving any explanation, who would win in a fight, Spider-Man or Batman?
I'm a Batman guy. I'd probably say Batman.
Batman.
I'm alone on this one.
I love Spider-Man too, man. I don't know, Batman. I like Batman.
I'm a Spider-Man guy. I don't really care for Batman, but anyway, guys, thanks for watching Rangers Radar, and stay tuned for next week.